So now I said, fuck it, I'm not gonna steal no more. I'm gonna gamble. Because nobody gets hurt. And I can pick them. So I start gambling, I'm winning. But my high school teacher was my bookie. He was my high school football running back coach. And he had become a bookie. He was always a bookie. I didn't fucking know this. So one day I'm talking to him and he goes, if you need to put a bet in, call me. So I put a bunch of bets, me and Stinky are putting some bets in, and I get them up to like $3,000. I'm 18. I gotta rob somebody. I had no family to borrow $3,000 from. So I'm like, what am I gonna do? I said, fuck it. We used to go to this jewelry store in West New York when we were kids, and we go in there. They had no alarm on the door. You know those places where you go to a jewelry store and put, and you have to go in? A, they had no alarm on the door, and B, they had a bunch of old ladies working. So you go in there and you go, I want to see a ring for my girlfriend. They give you the ring and walk away. They give you not the ring, the tray with the fucking rings. And in some trays, they had double the ring. So I would lift the ring and put it in my fucking shorts. I did this for months. Months I did this. I would bring my friends in there. Dog, go get a ring. It's Mother's Day, let's go get a ring. And every time we went in there, two old ladies, and they'd walk away from me, we'd take a ring. But in the middle of this thing, and there was two counters, there was this thing that you spun around. And on the top had thick jewelry, chains, and on the bottom had bracelets. And it had a little wire connected to it. And every time I'd go in there, I'd say, someday I'm gonna take that fucking thing. So now I get in trouble with this football coach. And I owe him the money. My buddy Stinky calls me up, and my buddy Marblehead. And he goes, bro, how are we gonna pay this guy? I go, Marblehead, come get me. Marblehead comes, Stinky comes to get me. I go, we're gonna go rob this fucking jewelry store. But before that, I asked an attorney buddy of mine, I go, if I get caught, he goes, it's grand larceny, you get 10 years. I said, fuck it, we ain't gonna get caught. We walk in there at 10 in the morning, no guns. No guns. We walk in there at 10 in the morning, I walk in first. The plan was there was a jewelry store and there was in a vacant lot at the top of the hill. You had to run up the hill, you had to jump a fence, run up the hill. That's where we put the getaway car. I go into the jewelry store first, Marblehead's in the car, Stinky's over here on deck waiting to rob this joint. I come in, I go, I'm here to pick up a piece. They go, what's the name? I tell them whatever, a Sabatino. Lady goes in the back. I pick this motherfucker up. And I look to the door because she had a thing that she could lock it, and Stinky opens the door, so it can't be locked. I pick this fucking thing up, I run out. The plan was I was gonna run out, and since I'm not a fast guy, he was gonna jump the fence. I was gonna throw the jewelry to him, and then I was gonna run around the corner and meet him, and we were gonna put it in the trunk of the fucking car. We're 18, guys. A jewelry store with no gun. I didn't care. I had to pay this guy the $2,000. He was my teacher. I loved him. He smoked Camel, no filters, and we used to call him Camel Breath because he had a mustache and it was orange from the Camel cigarettes. So we used to call him Camel Breath, hysterical. So I throw the thing to him. He runs up the fucking hill. I run around. I get to the top of the hill, and there's my man Stinky with like 4 gold chains. I go, dog, where's the rest of the fucking jewelry? He goes, it fell. I go, you better go get it. And by that time, people coming out of their houses because the people put the siren on. And like, what the fuck's going on? I'm telling the people, get back in your house, mind your business, bitches. Because this time I'm going for fucking broke, right or wrong, it don't matter. I go over and start picking up jewelry. I start picking it up. I fucking run back. You know me, I'm a Cuban Jew, motherfucker. And I went to Catholic school. I'm the worst kind of fucking Jew. You follow me? I got all the bases covered, motherfucker. I put all the jewelry. Now listen, I'm sitting in the back seat. I can't even see my feet from all the jewelry, all the gold chain. He's sitting, Stinky's in the driver's seat, and Marblehead's, get the fuck out of here. I'll never forget this. We were trying to put the shit in the trunk. Like that was the plan, to put it in the trunk. He couldn't get the trunk open. He couldn't pop it open. It wouldn't pop. So there we are trying to put the jewelry in, and we can't pop the fucking trunk. So I go, fuck it, get in the car. We get in the car, we put on the fleet, we pull out, and as we're pulling out, there's a red light. And there's a 2-way road going this way and that way, and there's a light. We pull up, and all of a sudden a cop pulls up with his lights on. He ain't looking at us, but there was a cop in front of him, a car in front of him. Our fucking trunk mysteriously just opens up. You want to talk about shit in your fucking pants? I'm like, oh my God. Guess what? We got away with it. We went home, we chopped up the loot. We lived like pimps. We were wearing gold chains that night and shit. We were out snorting coke. We looked like Mr. T. We didn't give a fuck. And we were greedy. Like, people were coming to us going, we'll give you 20 grand. We're like, fuck you, bitch. We're gonna sell it by the piece. That's how fucking Puerto Rican-ish we were. So if a chain said $1,600, we cut it in half and took $50 off, $750 cash. And that's what we did. Our friends' parents would let us have gold parties at their house. We'd go over there with black towels and velvet and lay the gold down. I learned that shit from Let's Make a Deal. Remember, like? That's how fucking crazy it was. And after about a week, we're snorting blow, we're buying shit, we're going to eat every night. We're 18. The word is nigger rich, but I'm not gonna use it. If there's any black people, I don't mean to insult nobody, that's just the word. We went fucking nigger rich. So this crime family in the neighborhood, they found out that we had robbed the jewelry store. So they sent the guy to talk to us at the bar, and he's like, how you guys doing? You guys got balls. We want to buy everything for $10,000. What you got left? We had $100,000 worth of jewelry. The guy's like, we want to buy from for $10,000. I'm like, fuck you. We're not taking 10,000. We got 100,000 here, and we already sold half. You know what they did? They called the cops on us. The mafia called it because we wouldn't deal with them. But the cops went to the high school looking for my name and shit. They had me on camera, but they had me from the side. So they took my picture up there. My vice principal, God bless his soul, was like, Coco, they came up there looking for you, and I told them I didn't know you. I mean, hey, oh yeah, I grew up in a fucking badass high school. And how I knew was, after I told the fucking mafia dude to go fuck himself, like 3 days later, a friend of mine came up to me, he's like, Ray's looking for you. He had a bar. He was the vice principal of school, but he had a bar. So he goes, he wants you to go up there and see him. So I go up there, I go to the bar with Stinky and Freddie, and we go in, and he's like, I gotta talk to you guys. He goes, here's the deal. The cops are looking for you, they're gonna arrest you this week. He goes, just get the fuck out of town, I'll take care of it. This is my high school fucking vice principal. That's how cool he was. So this is the story, all right? When you rob something, if they arrest you, yeah, you go to jail, but you have to pay restitution. I could tell you that I make $10 a month. I only have to give you $1. As long as I give you something. Could you imagine me owing you $100,000 but only have to give you $1 a week? I would have to pay you till St. Smidgen's Day. The owner of the jewelry store was connected, so what he did was, he said, fuck it, don't arrest the guys, because then I won't get my insurance money. Because if they would have arrested us, he wouldn't have gotten insurance, he would have got restitution. So he took the insurance and they let us fucking go. I never got in trouble for it. Now they can't arrest me, it's been 25 years. They could suck my dick.